Hey everybody, this is Andy's free guitar chart videos, and this is lesson number 17. I'm going to drag this right to the side here, cheat a little, and it's expanding the S3S and the S2L building blocks to include the S3, the stack of 3 extra long, which I'm going to start calling just the S3L. Extending that, okay, to include the stack of 3 extra long whole note trio scale. Where's the whole note trio scale? So this is an exciting moment. This is an exciting day because this pattern here I developed almost in my head last night, as I was going through a few things with where am I at, and guitar will compete with you for when you're going to do something else. I pondered over the issue for a couple of days. We touched on it in lesson 16. We did touch on it. Where's the chart for lesson 16? Okay, we don't seem to have it immediately at our disposal. Okay, that's back too far, so let's see where we're at. The double 7L over here was very important. Okay. Alright, well, we want to get back to today's chart. Let's go forward in time. If you put your files in reverse chronological order, then you're going forward in time to the top of the file list. Okay, I couldn't seem to find the little chart that we had yesterday, but just browsing through the charts is fun and exciting. You see there's a lot more to it than what we're focusing on right now. But guess what? What we saw in this chart right here, and this is an unwarped chart, which is very similar to what we're going to be talking about today, because you can always warp it, and also I can identify the caged chord elements, the cage chord positional scale members. I can identify them warped or unwarped. So we've got this to look at. I forget why we ended up over here, but there's a lot more to it. We're not going to miss out on any of this. As a matter of fact, we're going to have all of this stuff in one chart. And I can tell you all of this is indeed in one chart. It's just the way that I had stacked this, arbitrarily putting S3S on the bottom, because it starts with a lower number. It starts with a 2, okay? So right up there, if I want to do it in C, I'm going to start on the purple note here, A flat instrument here, down C tuned. That's the Dorian. It starts on a 2. Okay, and today's diagram, which is wonderful. This also starts on a 2 because this is just a copy of the diagram with a little different coloring. Today's diagram actually starts on the S3S, the S2L, excuse me, the S3. What was the S3S? This is the S3S. Today's diagram starts on an S2L, but it's embedded with these other notes here. And I know that's kind of challenging, and it is. Believe me, I know exactly what you're going through and what you're thinking. I'm never in a million years going to remember all these notes. First of all, let's get the drawing tool. Okay, right here. Let's highlight. I guess we're going to highlight, and we have to choose a color that's not going to be, this kind of a neutral color. So I don't want to go brown. Let's just go yellow. You see this stack over here? This is an unwarped. Unwarped meaning perfect tuning, perfect fourths tuning. So there's a fourth, there's a fourth, there's a fourth. Oh no. No, honey's not home. Because then the lesson goes to what happened out there to honey. So to get another fourth, I have to press the top two strings here. Press down on the C note and on the F note. Of course, in an A flat tuned guitar, it would be the it would be the A flat and the D flat, something like that. D flat and the A flat. So here's a perfect fourth. Okay. But when we go in a normal guitar tuning, when we go from the fifth string to the third, the string is tuned in a third, it goes back to a fourth. Okay, and on forever. It just goes back to P4 tuning. So this is a perfect fourth at the end here. That's why it has a nice ring to it. Now, excuse me, I start coughing as soon as I start talking. It probably warms up my throat or something. What I want to show you is, I forget why we did that at all. I'm getting forgetful because my parents are getting very forgetful, and it's kind of contagious. So I want to show you this pattern here up here. This is the pattern stack. And being it's unwarped, and I just explained what unwarped means, there wouldn't be that third tuning. It's all in perfect fourths. This is a scary idea for people who are trying to learn guitar in a hurry. Because I don't have time to take my guitar and down tune it, or I don't have time to take my guitar or worry about what are the shapes of these caged positional scales. Okay, here's the caged positional scales. Now right over here, we don't want to write right now because it'll go right onto the next chart. C-A-G-E-D. These are the caged positional scales, but this, I guess we could do this quickly, this applies only for this top fretboard right here, this guy right over here. The C, A, G, E, and D applies only to the top one. Now, the next one down starts on the E shape. Notice we have 6, 7R here, and we got 7R there, right? 7R2 here, 7R there, and there's an E there. That E becomes this guy over here. Okay? All right. I don't want to get too messed up. It might mess up the football players, right? I'm sorry. It's just a lingering cough, kind of like a dusty man's cough. So, but thank God I can deal with that, because I was a lifeguard, and I was a swimmer, and I always had to hold my breath. And if I ever have some problem, I can pretty much hold my breath and do breath control and stuff like that, so I won't suffocate like people who have pneumonia or something. And I've had some really close calls.